We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
People of Center, St. Mary and surrounding.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama.
Here is
Where I watch?
Popeye.
are you on exactly? If you are,
Greetings viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are leaving Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland and we are heading to Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. Continue to sit back, continue to relax and continue to look at some of the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. In the news today, on Thursday evening, November 6 at minutes to 6 o'clock, the operator of Meta Value Supermarket and Wholesale on Bevan Avenue in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James securely locked it up and went home. When he returned to reopen his business place on Friday morning, November 7 about 8 o'clock, he realized that it was broken into. Hoodlums, they drilled a hole through the sidewall of the supermarket and entered. Once inside, the hoodlums, them thief cash from the cash register plus a large quantity of liquor and cigarettes, valued at over 2 million Jamaican dollars. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape. Just like that. In this report, the Negril police, they are searching for a well-known hoodlum known as Chucky. This is in relation to an incident that took place early yesterday morning. Saturday, November 8, about a few minutes after 4 o'clock. Reports are that a homeless man named Clarence, he was standing in the vicinity of Festive Sisters along the Lamprell Road in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland when he was approached by Chucky, who pulled a gun and opened gunfire at him, hitting him multiple times to his upper body and his back. Chucky, he then made good his escape towards Little Haiti direction. The police, they were nearby and they heard the gunshots being fired. When they made checks on the scene, Clarence, he was seen lying along the roadway in a pool of blood. The police, they rushed with him to hospital where he was treated and admitted in a very, very serious condition. Up to the time of recording this video, I hadn't gotten any update as to Clarence's status, but if anything changes, I'll be updating this report. The mayhem. Over in St. James, the police, they are searching for a guy named Desmond. This is due to an incident that took place yesterday morning. Saturday, November 8, about 7 o'clock. It took place at Gutsbottom in the Granville area of St. James. Reports are that a 37-year-old tour bus driver known as Blacks, he was at a gully in the area, catching water when he was approached by Desmond. An argument developed and Desmond, he pulled a gun from his waistband, pointed it at Blacks and opened gunfire hitting him to his right shoulder. Blacks, he managed to run off and escaped further injuries. Desmond, he then made good his escape on foot in the area. Blacks, he was assisted to hospital where he was treated and admitted. The mayhem. This next incident is sad indeed. It took place yesterday morning. Saturday, November 8, about a few minutes to 8 o'clock. It took place at Taylorland at 9 miles Bulls Bay in the Kingston Eastern Police Division. Our information is that a man, his name is Joshua Chambers. Joshua was a 48-year-old bus operator. We are told that Joshua, he was in front of his home working on his Toyota Coaster bus. He jacked it up and he was lying underneath it effecting repairs when whatever he had used to jack up the bus gave way. As a result, the Toyota Coaster bus, it fell on Joshua, crushing him, killing him on the spot. Sad indeed. So, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final report for today, now, the police, they're investigating a number of deaths that took place during and shortly after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. In this report, I'm going to be telling you about some of these deaths that took place in the parishes of Trelawney, Hanover, St. James and Westmoreland. Over in Trelawney, a man named Gayan Dunbar. He was the father of 5 and a baker living at Market Street in Falmouth. Gayan, he was found dead inside his home on Thursday morning, October 30. Reports are that due to the lack of electricity due to the passage of Hurricane Melissa, Gayan, he had a generator running all night in his home, and it is suspected that Gayan, he died from carbon monoxide poisoning. A friend who was also sleeping in the house, he was found unconscious. Let's hope he survived. Over in the parish of Hanover, the police, they are investigating 4 deaths. A 68-year-old man named Winston Lawson. He was living at Campbellton District in the Green Island area of Hanover. Reports are that Winston, he was in his house when it collapsed and fell on him. He died as a result. A man named Martin Anglin. He was living at Lethe District in Hanover. Martin, he died after a house fell on him. A man named Wilferd Brown. He was living in the burnt ground area of Hanover. During the passage of Hurricane Melissa, Wilferd, he was sheltering from the storm in a shipping container when he received a serious blow to his head. He died as a result. A man named Elijah Clarke of Chester Castle in the parish of Hanover. He also died during the hurricane. Over in the parish of St. James, the police, they're investigating a total of 12 deaths. We are learning that the dead bodies of these persons were seen by the police at the morgue. They were taken to the morgue by persons after the passage of the hurricane, and investigations are being carried out to ascertain exactly how they died. 1. Jean Walker Myers. 2. Karen Hall. 3. Sadeke Burch. 4. Melda Crooks. 5. Easton Cunningham. 6. Susan Wright. And 7. Cecil Jones. Like I said, the bodies of these persons were taken to the morgue after the passage of the hurricane. Now, it has been confirmed that the following persons, they died as a result of the hurricane. 1. A 2-year-old baby named Ramon Dick. He and his mother, they lived at Bogill in Montego Bay. Reports are that the mother, she was sheltering from the storm with baby Ramon in her arms. She fell with the baby, and the baby, he received an injury to his head and he died as a result. 2. A lady named Miss Esmerelda Taylor. Her body was discovered at her home submerged in water. This water was caused by flooding due to Hurricane Melissa. 3. David Dehaney. We are told that a house collapsed on David. 4. A 62-year-old man named Randy Solomon. Randy was living at Blue Hole in the Montpelier area. Randy, he was in his house when he was cut on one of his legs by a piece of glass. Due to the hurricane and the fact that the road was impassable, Randy, he died the next morning after he bled to death. 5. A female whose name I have not yet gotten. She drowned during the hurricane. And 6. On Friday evening, about 5:30, a resident, he was gathering some zincs that were blown away during the hurricane. He was walking in bushes at the back section of the St. James High School when he stumbled upon the advanced, decomposed body of a male lying on its back in a drain. This male was dressed in a black pants. He was barefooted and shirtless. It is suspected that this male, he died during the hurricane. The police, they were called in and they processed the scene. Investigations are continuing. Over in the parish of Westmoreland, the police, they are carrying out investigations into the death of these persons who died during or after the passage of the hurricane. Postmortems will be done to ascertain their cause of death. 1. Dianna Roland. She was living at Landile Housing Scheme. 2. Arnold Coates. He was living at Amity Oasis. 3. Boysie Woolcock. He was living at Mount Airy District in the Negril area. 4. Lydney Barnes. He was living in the White House Police area. 5. Miss Hortense Burch. She was living in the Prospect area. 6. Dresmuss Hutchinson. He was living at Burn Savannah. 7. Mr. Barrington Garden, popularly known as Barry G, the Boogeyman. He was 70 years old and he was living at Georges Plain District. 8. Alfred Smalling. He was living at Darling Street in Savannah Lamar. 9. Anthony Dawkins. He was living at Truro District. 10. Vincent George Fisher. He was living at Wharf Road in the Smithfield area. 11. Dudley Fraser. He was living at Haddo District. 12. A man whose name I have not yet gotten, but he was living at Petersfield District. 13. Trevor Gobe. He was living at Friendship District. 14. Lemorine Brown. She was living at Darliston. 15. Owen Bailey. He was living at Castle Mountain in the Betheltown area. 16. Inez Wildemeyer. She was living at Betheltown. 17. Valerie Campbell. She was living at Grassman District. 18. Mrs. Millicent Graham Adams. She was living at Hilltop District. And 19. An unidentified man who died in the Carowina area of Petersfield. So, like I said, the police, they're investigating those 19 deaths. Those persons, they died during and after the passage of the hurricane in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, these persons, they also died, but their deaths have been attributed to Hurricane Melissa. 1. Jermaine Jackson. He was living at Negril. We are learning that a container fell on Jermaine during the passage of the hurricane. 2. Millicent Anglin. Millicent was living at Little London. We are told that a house fell on her during the hurricane. 3. A female whose name I have not yet gotten. She was living at Watercrest. We are told that this female, she died after she received injuries caused by a piece of zinc that was blown from a house. 4. Kingsley Spence. He was living at Withorn District. He died after a house fell on him. 5. Charles Ferguson. He was living at Withorn District. Charles, he died after a house fell on him. 6. Sophia Clarke. She was living at Lennox Begoods. Sophia, she had left her home and she went to a shelter at the Chantilly Primary School to shelter from the storm. The roof of the school collapsed and fell on Sophia. She died as a result. 7. Kimmery Brown. She was living at Darliston. Kimmery, she died after a house fell on her. 8. Tharma Brown. She was living at Dillian Begoods in the Darliston area. Tharma, she died when her house collapsed and fell on her. 9. Cedric Anglin. Cedric, he was living at Cornwall Mountain. Cedric, he died after a house collapsed and fell on him. 10. Valerie Campbell. She was living at Grasspond District. We are told that a house collapsed and fell on Valerie. She died as a result. 11. 18-year-old Tanisha Cook of Waterworks. Tanisha, she was 8 months pregnant. Tanisha, she died when a house collapsed and fell on her. 12, a male whose name I have not yet received. He was living at Petersfield. He died after a tree fell on him. 13, Michael Howard. He was living at Fort Williams District. Michael, he died after a house collapsed and fell on him. 14, a man whose name I have not yet received. After the passage of Hurricane Melissa, he was found dead at Belmont District outside his house, hugging a tree. And 15, a man who was popularly known as Jogo. Jogo was living at Lennoxby Goods in the Darliston area. We are learning that during the passage of Hurricane Melissa, either a house or a tree fell on Jogo. He died as a result. We are also learning that neither the police or persons from the Doyle's funeral home could go into the area to pick up Jogo. Jogo's body was in the area for a few days and he started to smell. As a result, some residents from the area buried his body. Our information is that the police, they are aware of this development and Jogo's body will be exhumed so that the police can conduct further investigations. We are also told that more deceased persons will be added to the list. When we get those additional names, I'll be updating this report. It should also be noted that several persons died in the parish of St. Elizabeth and other parishes during and after the hurricane. Sad indeed. More to come. Blessed love, everybody.
From the hills to the town, we bring the link. Straight facts, no mix up, no gimmick, no wing. You tune in now, get the real insight. Cause Papa News Link lights in up.
Papa News Link, yeah, we tell it how it is. Jamaican vice, truth in the biz. Click it, share it, every little click count. News with the vibes, that we announce.
No gimmick, no way. You tune in now, get the real insight. Cause Papa News Link lighting up the ring.
Papa News Link, yeah, we tell it how it is. Jamaican voice, truth in the biz. Click it, share it, every little click on. News with the vibes, that we are on. Papa News Link, yeah, we tell it how it is. Jamaican voice, truth in the biz. Click it, share it, every little click on. News with the vibes, that we are on.
It's like me being she a them and how them and it Johnny, you dumb catch a fire me fi rate it. Inna the race that flop and no fates. Why we bleak when we coming on me cross silence. From the hills to the town we bring the link. Straight facts, no mix up, no gimmick, no wing. You tune in now, get the real insight. Cause Papa News Link lighting up the
Papa